What's up, guys? We're here in the shop today. Got a helper. Saul, he's gonna be our camera guy and equipment manager. You see the green Jeep back here. We're gonna do a full video on that soon. I have a lot of work I'm doing on that for a friend. But today we're gonna do a quick video on mounting some tires. So we have 16-inch original wheels, and he went with a 650 16 Super Traction STA tires. We're doing it all by hand. We are going to be running these tubeless, which don't worry, it's okay. I've done it before. So we're not using a tube, so we're going to be seating the bead. So a few of the things we're going to need to do this garage style. I like these 24-inch Harbor Freight levers. Got a propane torch, starting fluid, and we stole some soap from Mom. Think she's going to be mad?
Yes.
Yeah. And I like to have something to lay the rim on that doesn't scratch it. And you're also going to want some blocks of wood to, you'll see in a little bit, it keeps the rim off the ground. So, let's get started. I'm going to hand the camera over to Saul and get this tire on. Okay, first thing we're going to do, super important, you got to take these stickers off. Okay, if you don't do that, this could go all wrong. Okay, so once your sticker's off, take some of this soap. Anything that's slippery will work. You don't need it out here. The main part is this inner edge on, around almost inside the tire, and it doesn't take a lot, but you definitely need a little bit. So do that. This is how I do it. I'm not saying it's the absolute correct way that you have to do it. So I put the tire up against my leg like that. I don't do it flat on the ground. That to me does not work. So make sure if you're using directional tires, you have the right direction. It's correct. I take the outside of the rim like this in my hand and jam it down in here. Okay. The rim of the rim has to go inside the tire. So when you lay it down flat and you use tire levers, you actually are trying to fold both beads into the tire at once, and that just doesn't work. So if you look on the back side, I'm inside the tire. These skinny rims and skinny tires in some aspects make this easier, but others it makes it harder. So I roll it a little bit and keep shoving it down in there. This is where the soap comes in handy. So some tires, you can get them all the way in just by doing this. It's not going to happen on this one. So once you get it to where you know you're not gaining any, you come over here with your tire lever, and you can use whatever side you're comfortable with, and pry down like that. This method really doesn't scratch the rims either. So then keep rolling it and pushing. Get another bite. Pull it out. Okay, it's in halfway. So we have half the rim inside the tire. Now we're going to lay it face down. See, I have a rag down because this is the face of the rim, but you're really not going to hurt it unless you're on gravel. So, then take your soap. If you have tire lube, that's obviously better, but I'm trying to do this with stuff that most of you will have inside your house or garage. Okay. So now, just wherever you feel like it, start it with your knees like this. The heavier you are, the better this is gonna go. It's also, I had the heat on, but it's like 34 degrees out here, so this tire is stiff. If you do this in the summer, out in the sun, you're gonna be better off. So now I use this part of the tire iron. The key here is to take small bites. So I put this one in. Keep your shoulder out, because these can come back and smack you once it starts getting tight. So then other side, and I'm keeping my knees, walking them right up behind like this. You don't want to hear ripping. If you hear ripping, you're taking too large of a bite. See how the rim moved back? That's good. You can start putting pressure down. It's already pretty darn close to going in. Once it gets tight, you got to switch over to that size, or that side. So these might pop out, but at this point we're doing pretty good. So you got to pull up on the tire a little bit, keep your knees right up to where you are, and now here's the fun part. This is the satisfying part. Ready? Get in here close, Saul. Oh yeah, it's in. Easy peasy. The rim and the tire are now one. So now's when I like some blocks of wood. Take your rag if you're worried about scratching your wheel, and set your wheel right on that. Now we're gonna try to get one of the beads. You don't have to do this, I think it helps because you're only gonna have to seat one side. So now just put some weight on the tire, and what we're doing here is there's like a ridge on the rim. We're getting the back bead worked down over that. So you don't have to go too crazy. And then you don't want to push in on the rim, because right now, if you're careful with it and you look back, it's seated almost all the way around on the back side compared to the front, which is still wide open. Cool? Here's the part Saul has been waiting for. If you have a tire machine or one of those big bottles, a bead seater, that works, but most of us don't. So you want to get something really flammable and make sure you don't have any small children around, especially ones running the camera. I like to use a torch so I don't have to get super close. You don't want to use a gallon of this stuff. Sean, this is your Jeep. You're probably like, oh my word, what is this guy doing? But don't worry, I've done this before. Have your air close by, because as soon as it pops, it's going to start, the change of temperature, it's going to start sucking it back in. So come in close here. Right, spray our starting fluid in there. Get back. Quickly get your air on it. Ha! Alright, come in close, it's safe now. So you see the bead setting. That pretty much sets it, so like when you're doing it normally with a tire machine, you'll hear that pop. A burnt arm hair. But we won't have that because it already set with that explosion. So then pump your tire up to your desired pressure, and you're good to go. That is it. That's how you mount a tire in your garage. Works with any car tires. Car tires are actually easier. These are bias ply tires and they're pretty stiff. So if you can do it with one of these, a regular car tire is not bad. So that is it. Thanks for watching. We're gonna have a lot of cool videos on this Jeep coming up soon, and get these mounted on there. It's gonna look really nice. So did you have fun, Saul?
Yeah.
Do you have any closing remarks?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Hopefully this video helped you. That took probably, aside from me talking, like 6 or 7 minutes to do one tire. So and very little effort. So that way, that method works well for me. If you do that, let me know how it goes, and leave me a comment. So that's it for today. Catch you later. Quick little bonus, if anybody's shopping for tires right now, these are made in the USA. These are by STA. You can buy them at Summit or from Vintage Tire down in Hershey, Pennsylvania. But what I was going to bring up is what's on my Jeep. They're also made in USA. They're Firestones. Those are 750 16s, and these are 650 16s. So I found it kind of interesting. Here, hold that there, Saul. Hold it up nice and straight. Yep. They are identical in height. So if you're stuck between the two and you can't decide, there is a pretty good price difference sometimes. They make both of them in the same sizes. But what I'm showing you here is the 650 16. There is exactly, well, there's no difference in height. There is, however, about an inch difference in width. So if you're looking for a tall, skinny tire, the 650 16 is lighter, cheaper, taller, but skinnier. So hope that gives you a good visual. I'd get back farther, but my shop's kind of...
It's not taller.
Kind of full.
It's the same.
It's the same. It's the same. So I thought the 650s would be shorter, but they're not. I haven't measured these, but mine they're like 31.5 inches tall by about 7 inches wide. So bonus. There you go. Now you know.